Finding a gold mountain in the desert. If it were you, would you guard it until death? I was being by the side of the road when a strange light caught my eye. I dug into the dirt and found a gleaming gold so bright it could blind you. I wanted to keep it to myself, but when I looked up, Keith was staring at me. I pretended to be generous and called him over. We both pulled out our lighters and heated it up, but instead of blackening, the gold just kept shining brighter. Looks like I'm really about to change my fate. We went crazy, grabbing tools and digging like Batman, but the gold was incredibly heavy, and despite our best efforts, it wouldn't budge. We kept digging deeper. Who would have believed it? There was an entire mountain of gold beneath us. We did like groundhogs until dark, but we still hadn't reached the bottom. Thinking we'd never work again, we yelled in excitement, dreaming of becoming millionaires. Keith said he'd go back for a bull bouncer, asking me to stay behind and guard the spot, since it would take him 5 days. But I felt the gold was mine if he ran off with it, so I insisted on staying. That one sentence made Keith's face go black. The next day, it took almost all the water, saying it was for the car. He left me with barely any water and a broken satellite phone, telling me to wait here and die. We agreed that in 5 days, we'd be rich. As soon as he left, I quickly buried the gold to keep it safe. He set up a crappy shelter and went to sleep, but the desert temperature swings were brutal. The next day, I went to gather firewood and found a wrecked plane. It was like a metal house from the heavens, providing shade and blocking the sand. The only problem was I couldn't see my gold, so I tore apart the plane and dragged it back to the mine, building a sturdy shelter with steel beams. Peeking through the broken window, I could finally sleep in peace, but I underestimated the sun. UV rays burned blisters onto my forehead. It was painful, but I couldn't leave. Looking at the gold, I carved off a chunk and stuffed it in my pocket enough for a lifetime. Just as I was about to leave, Keith called. He said the bull bouncer was almost there, telling me to hold on tight. He'd be there soon, so I decided to stay. 2 days passed, food and water were gone. My skin was starting to rot, but that bastard still hadn't shown up. Then, a car appeared on the horizon. I wanted to shout for help but feared someone would steal my gold. Caught between greed and survival, I watched the car drive off, hoping Keith would hurry up. On the 5th day, Keith was still nowhere. Desperate, I asked where he was, and he just said, "Almost there." I was too weak to defend myself, and wild dogs surrounded me. Death was near, and I had no idea. On the other side of the hill, Keith was watching through binoculars, seeing me being torn apart by wild dogs. He'd been hiding there for 2 days. Then I realized I'd been played by my best friend. As my life slipped away, Keith walked over with a cold smile, thinking the gold was all his. But just as he was about to dig, his dream was shattered by an arrow.